right. Hopefully, I am live here. Um, this is my first attempt at anything like this. I have Mary with me to help. So I'll give a minute. Maybe someone will show up. But Mary, can you hear me? All right, great. All right. So, as everybody knows, that I had to work at Protein. I didn't have to work. I volunteered to work for my friends who had a tragic flood at their bookstore and record store. And as a thank you, the owner was gracious enough to let me keep a bunch of books. And so I thought it would be fun to go through them. A lot of these will end up in Mary's hands, and that's why she's here to help me. All right. And so we're going to just jump right in. All right, Mary. And so the first one we have here is Marylanders in the Confederacy. All right. And so this is by Daniel Hartzler. This is a recent press, but I don't know. That is some tiny print. But this is like every family in Maryland that was a registered Confederate. I bet I'm gonna find some Carols in here. I bet I'm gonna find some who is it? So Emily's in here. Next up, we have Colonial Maryland history. This top box that I have here is going to be mostly Maryland history. But again, who knows? I don't even know who that is. This is going to be fun. Next up, I have, of course, because, I got this as well. All unbelievable resource material. This is a book of wills from Somerset County, Maryland, 1788 to 1799. Find out about who owns what and where and when in Somerset County. And I have a bunch of those. This is a Towson book, History Towson. German settlers in Pennsylvania. So we're getting a lot of Quaker action with this one. All right. We got anybody in here, Mary? Anybody saying hello? Yeah, that's your job, Mary. You got to tell me. Yeah. All right. So next up it's a list of colonial soldiers of Virginia. I mean, again, it's the family names. Next up, what is this one? Looks like this. And pardon me as I put my cheaters on to see what it is. What is that? This is where it sucks being blind, folks. Consolidation of Baltimore, 1816 to 1950. The consolidation of Baltimore. A nifty engraving in the front of that one. Yeah, Mary, we got more reference material than we'll ever know what to do with. So I have this stack of books here. And this is all like the Revolutionary Patriots of Caroline County, Maryland. Revolutionary Patriots of Anne Arundel County, Maryland. Revolutionary Patriots of Worcester and Somerset counties. Talbot County, Maryland. This is all the families that were allegedly a part of the Revolutionary War in the state of Maryland. This is Kent and Queen Anne's County, Maryland, Revolutionary Patriots. All right, this is a families and history of Surrey County, Isle of Wight County. This is like really private press stuff. I wonder who's checking in. Hey, Jay, who I got supercalifragilistic super. What's up? I got my cheaters on for this. Yeah, Isle of Wight County. The Hornadays, root and branch, the unfolding of an American family. I don't know who the Hornadays are, but as we were just, like I said, just going through hundreds of boxes of books at the bookshop, trying to save what we could, random titles would just jump out at me. I put them aside, and like I said, the owner, very gracious. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Oh my God, I don't even know what this is. This is a giant family tree of somebody. Wait a minute. Whoa! I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this in the screen here, but this is a annotation of the Celera Human Genome Assembly, whatever that means. I don't know. But this thing, that looks awesome. All right, next up we have Green English, Ireland's influence of the English language. Loretto Todd is the author of that one. A chronology of Virginia, 1585 to 1783. 1585. Alan. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I can't read the text, the chat, rather, at the same time. What is this? This is called Nowhere Men. And on the back it says, Science is the new rock and roll. I don't know. It's definitely going to be fun to go through that one sometime in 2037. Someone messed with my stack. I certainly didn't put this in there. This is How to Be a Dinosaur Hunter. And explicitly not for parents. So we did have a lot of fun at the shop amongst ourselves, and so it's not surprising that a book like that would end up in my stack. A book about the Patapsco River Valley and its influence on the Industrial Revolution in Maryland. Conspiracy Theories and Secret Societies for Dummies. Definitely need this one. Oh, this is nice. I did take this. Letters from Father Christmas, a nice J.A.R. Tolkien edition. Don't see that all the time. Oh, here we go, Mary. This one's for you. American Jesuit Spirituality. The Maryland Tradition, 1634 to 1900. I'm sure you do. This is a 2-volume set of something. Sidelights on Maryland History, Volumes 1 and 2. Who is this? Hester Dorsey Richardson, son of Richard. This was published by the Maryland the Genealogical Publishing Group. So more Maryland genealogy. Nice little picture of King Charlie I there. All right, sorry, I'm moving a little fast. We only have about an hour to do this. I lost a little time trying to figure out how to go live. Just wet my whistle there a moment. Next up, 50 model rocket projects for the evil genius. I would build a rocket. Okay. I can't read what that says. Again, exposing myself for my blindness. This is the sketches of the history of the Garrison Church. St. Thomas Parish, 1742 to 1852. Reverend Ethan Allen, Interesting. Hey, Dub. How's it going, man? All right. Next box. Try to. I think I rushed through that one a little too much, Mary. Let me try to slow down a little bit here. This is a coffee table book, medieval battles of the medieval world. 1,000. Who? Clifton. How's it going, man? All right. I am making a mess of the back cave floor. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Muhammad and Charlemagne. Who published this? Dover. Interesting to see what they have to say about Muhammad and Charlemagne in that one. Oh, this is, pardon me, Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. You know, this is that major reference book for all things Hebrew. How tiny that print is. I'm going to have to bust out some major magnifiers for this. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting there, believe me. It's been a rough spring. I've been packing them on. All right, hold on. I'm going to switch the record. Okay. Sources of Masonic symbolism. The sources in this book. Ooh, somebody had a bookmarked on chapter 3, symbols in the Masonic sense. All right. This is, I mean, in that book? Let's see. Well, that's the cover of it. Let's see. I didn't, just a quick flip. I didn't see that many pictures in here. But let's see. See, how do you have a book on Masonic symbolism and not have any friggin' pictures? There's that picture. I don't know what it is. By the square. Upon the level, by the square, I will strive to live with love and care. All right, Dr. Seuss. Yeah, no pictures. There are no pictures in this Sources of Masonic Symbolism book, but here's the author right there. He's got a turban. No, that's not a turban. I don't know what kind of hat that is. But he's got the double cross on his head. Watch out. Life Without Law. This is like an independent anarchy pamphlet from 2013. That's kind of cool. I brought this up, right? This is also called The Craft and Its Symbols. Look who we have right on the front page there. Ooh, people have been in this one. They helped me out a little bit. All right, so this one's got more pictures. They got the beehive, which is going to come up again very soon. What is this? That looks to be an incense lamp or perhaps an oil lamp. I don't know. They got these two guys. The chapter is Emblems to Live By. They got some geometry in there, of course. But who was this published for? This is copyright 1974. All right, so the last of the guys who were jumped in like pre-World War I would be going out the door. So maybe this is something for them. The McCoy, this was published by the McCoy Publishing and Masonic Supply Company. And I actually looked into them at one time, and they started selling Masonic supplies in the mid 1800s. And for the longest time, we're the only supplier of like all the ritual stuff, the aprons and the garb and whatever. Pretty cool. Another more Masonic catechism. Catechism. Masonic catechism. Again, a private pamphlet. This is out of Richmond, Virginia. Oh, it's also the McCoy Publishing Company. Of course it was. They published all the books, this McCoy company. You know, I sent a trail there. That McCoy. Oh, the American Jubilee. National nightmare. A national nightmare is closer than you think. Closer? I mean, aren't we living it now? I mean, how much closer can it fucking get? The American Jubilee. A major jubilee is coming to America soon. When was this published? This is Porter Stansbury is the author of this one. I don't know. Too small for me to see copyright, but this is recent. There we go. Pirates of the Chesapeake. That's going to be a good one, Mary. You know, we were just talking about the Pirates of the Chesapeake, this morning, earlier today, over coffee. Do you? Who's in there? I can't. What are they saying? Is anybody saying anything, Mary? This is this is a bridge to light, a study in Masonic ritual and philosophy. Yeah. Oh, I like the king they have on the back of this one, which is the like the empty knight's helmet with a cross in it. That's pretty cool. Of Job's daughters, right? That was the offshoot like Girl Scout thing you were in or something. Nice. I always knew you were a Mason, Mary. This is one I cannot wait to get into. I was excited. All right, this is a book about the Ellicotts who founded Ellicott City. They were Quakers. A nice, cool engraving in there of early Ellicott City. But there's something to this Ellicott City being connected with its 7 hills and to the Basilica and the B&O and all that. No doubt in my mind. All right. Ooh, here we go. Star lore. Myths, legends, and facts. She's got them. She has the facts for her star lore. Or he, William Tyler Alcott. Yep. Star lore. Ooh, what's this one? I like the title of this one. This is called Dark Mirror. The medieval origins of anti-Jewish iconography. That's going to be a very interesting read because it goes right back to the very beginning. And again, man, as we were saying, you know, anti-Jewish iconography, when your whole religion is based around going and killing people, I mean, there's going to be, you know, you're going to have your detractors. I mean, it's going to happen. This looks like one of those, like Barnes and Noble. This is how, you know, Freemasonry is a joke, right? Because this is like one of those Barnes and Noble, like they put out books on Freemasonry, you know. This looks like one of those. I don't know that it is, but that's the vibe I'm getting from it. Oh, but it's kind of cool. It's got a list of They got some good pictures of this. I'm gonna have to take a better look at this one. But it does have like pictures of some people like famous, like Lindbergh, Charles Lindbergh. Uh, all right, this is the government promotion of American canals and railroads, 1800 to 1890. I mean, no pictures in this either. This is a huge book. There's like 600 pages in this book. Well, my failing eyes are telling me that says 871 pages in this book. 871. Yeah, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get through that. This is like it's like Christmas. The Jews among the Greeks and Romans. You never really think about that, but yeah, they were there. A diaspora source book. Yeah, it sure does. Oh no, that slide is over that quick. Gonna have to. Oh no, it isn't. Long gap. All right, this is I think the only fiction book I took, which is a James Ellroy book, and this is Perfidia, and I believe would be the third part of his American tabloid series. And now I can't recommend a fiction book higher than American tabloid. Definitely read American tabloid if you're into like mystery and stuff. Oh, it's amazing. It's my favorite fiction book probably. And so this would be the third part of it. I'll never get around to reading it, but I wanted to. All right. All right, now we're getting into the last box here. Right on top. Science in Ancient Vedic Literature of Ancient India. And I think it's interesting that they actually have like the marble on it, but if I'm not mistaken, Vedic literature has actually a stationary flat plane realm. Loch Ness Monster, the evidence. Yeah, my gateway, really. The Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot. Amelia Earhart, the Nazca Lines, everything that was on In Search of in 1977 when I was 6 years old or whatever. That's what got me going. Baltimore and vintage postcards. I bet there's some fantastic pictures in here. Let's see if I can find some. And I don't know if you can hear Van the Man crushing it on the sax back there. I mean, I don't know what street that is, but that was like 1908, I think it said. I mean, they're all so washed out. Let's see if I can find a cool one. Yeah, these aren't that great. There's a big, I don't know what buildings those are. I'm going to put this down, but definitely worth going through with a magnifying glass, so to speak. But these pictures are really washed out in these reproductions in this book. All right. Oh, yeah. The Power of Babel, a Natural History of Language. I don't know what this person wants us to. Who is this? John McWhorter. John McWhorter. He's got something to say about the natural history of language. I'm sure he's got the proper dope. I'm sure this is published for some university press as well. All right. So there's going to be a couple of these. I definitely grabbed a couple of him, but we have a bunch of Aleister Crowley coming up. The Book of Lies. No. Oh, I need to wet my whistle here real quick. Hold on. I'm doing a lot of talking here. This is A Monument to Good Intentions, a story of the Maryland penitentiaries. That looks to be 1804 to 1993. Yeah. I'm sure, I mean, I don't know. In particular, he's in here, but I'm sure the jail that he worked at is in here. The castle prison that we have, Baltimore is a beautiful castle prison. It's gorgeous. Uh, oh, yeah. All right. This is a book about the history of the Baltimore Orioles, where they ain't. All right. The fabled life and untimely death of the original Baltimore Orioles, the team that gave birth to modern baseball. Right there where the Howards had that transaction. Bang. Yeah. This was a book, from the early 80s, Starlog magazine. I used to love that magazine, a book about special effects and stuff. It definitely brings me back to my childhood. I still have a nice collection of Fangoria magazines from when I was a teenager. I mean, the collection is from when I was a teenager. I had to recollect them as an adult. But oh, here it is, Mary. Look, the book about Vince Foster. All right, this is a very detailed investigation, the Ruddy investigation into Vincent Foster. Really going into how he was suicided and everything. This is fantastic. Oh, look, here they have, like, there's a diagram about how it would have been impossible for him to have the gun in his hand the way that he had it. Here's another Crowley, the Aleister Crowley scrapbook. And actually, I have an Edgar Allan Poe scrapbook that was the inspiration for the whole Poe series. Was the information? It all started with information I got out of the Poe scrapbook. So I bet there's something interesting in there. How you looking on time, Mary? All right, good. All right. Clement and the Early Church of Rome. Clement is the guy that the Jesuits really modeled their shit after, isn't it? Reverend Thomas J. Heron. What's the subtitle here? On the dating of Clement's first epistle to the Corinthians. So that's pretty early. All right. Another Crowley. This is a big one. Magic in Theory and Practice. And we got, I don't know if this will show up, the intertwining snakes and Baphomet on the back of this one. Which morals and dogma? Whose morals and dogma, Mary? Uh, Plantation Society and Anglo-Barbadian Politics, 1627 to 1700. The title of this one is Little England. But is that supposed to be just America in general? I can't. I would just have to struggle too hard to read that small print. And I'm not going to embarrass myself that badly today. This is bad enough, I think. All right, hold on. Let me flip that record. All right. Where was I? Okay, next up on the list here. All right, and out of the box. Founding Fathers, Secret Societies. And that's the thing about this stuff. I mean, it is so out there that it just can't be real. I mean, this guy's last name is Hieronymus. Robert Hieronymus, PhD. Yep. He wants you to know you're not crazy for thinking about all those secret societies and founding fathers. Nicolas Cage in National Treasure was right. Let it shine. All right, this is a good one. Imperialism and Jewish Society. 200 BCE to 400 to 640 CE. Now this, I don't know if you can make out that cover there. There is chaos happening on this cover. Seth Schwartz. Again, a little sense of how I do my work, dancing around to the records. This is good. Catholics, slaveholders, and the dilemma of American evangelism. Evangeleticism. 1835, 1860. Yeah, who was your next door neighbor? Well, you know, Mary, you're gonna. Yeah, I'm absolutely confident a lot of these books are gonna end up in your library. Hey, has anybody seen anything they want? You know, let me know. Let's see. Is that right? Nice. Masonic Enlightenment, the philosophy, history, and wisdom of Freemasonry. And I got this guy thinking hard about how wise it is to be a Freemason. Yep. Well, we're getting close to the end now, guys. And I know I say this wrong, but I love the way that I say it. This is the history of the Plantagenets, the Plantagenets. They're spotted fox cats or whatever they were. Ooh, that's a picture of what? Some knights or something in there. I don't know who they are. Let's see. All right, this is called the Code. All right, just like I'm chasing the code. All right, the science of secrecy from ancient Egypt to quantum cryptography by Simon Singh. All right, that sounds amazing. All right, the science of secrecy from ancient Egypt to quantum cryptography. Let's see. Oh, we got a coffee table book here. All right, about Annapolis, city on the Severn. Interesting on the back. They got a thing for Boston. That's kind of crazy. Boston to Annapolis, West River family excursions. No, that's not Boston. I'm sorry. That's a Bonton. I don't know where Bonton is. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting down to the very end now. The art of immersion. With a new introduction, because the old introduction wasn't good enough. How the digital generation is remaking Hollywood, Madison Avenue, and the way we tell stories. All right. Frank Rose. The art of immersion. Here we go. The Templars and the Assassins. I know you're all about them Templars, Mary. I don't like the Templars. The Militia of Heaven. James Wasserman. Interesting thing too is that a lot of these I haven't seen a lot of like really like Bear and Company or like Llewellyn. Some of those more popular. No, what did you say, Mary? I'm sorry. Hey, Mysteries, what's up, man? Thanks for coming by. All right, it looks like I got two more. Two more. If anybody saw anything that they want to see again, while we have a few minutes, I have Mary as my man in the chair, my assistant until 1 o'clock. Is it right, Mary? No, 12 o'clock. Yeah. All right, this is another like coffee table book here. The Baltimore book, New Views of Local History. This he's got. There's a protester on the back. He says, "Don't buy where you can't work." Yep. All right. Oh, last one. Last one is a book about Newgrange and the mounds. You know, I'm sure Stonehenge and everything like that too in here. The archaeology, art, and legend, but where where do those things meet? You know, is the archaeology and the art to support the legend, or does the legend support the archaeology and the art? Yeah, those are the types of questions I ask myself. Um, well, there we go. that was my Those are my 3 boxes of books that the owner of Protein was very gracious to let me keep as we were working along. He was just like, "Man, you just take what you want," because he was so grateful for my help. And and unfortunately, the shop is not going to make it. It has to close. Whether it's going to pick up in a new location or become mail order or something, I don't know. That it's still too early to tell. But you know, I'm very grateful for those books that he gave me, and it's definitely more reference and resource material than I'll ever know what to do with. But I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to always have an expansive library. You know, your library. All right, Mary. So I guess I mean, otherwise, I'm not really going to be able to follow the chat personally because it would just be too sort of hard for me. I can't read any of that, unfortunately. Um, So I guess we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thanks everybody for coming by. I don't know, hopefully you guys had fun in the chat. I certainly had a blast going through these books because I really hadn't in I just brought them home last weekend from the shop. So I really hadn't gone through them uh since late February, early March, So some of that stuff was a surprise to me too. So anyway, all right, guys. Remember, just because you don't know the truth doesn't mean you can't have fun with the lies, right? So until the next one, cheers. And now watch me fumble and stream. Here we go.